Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. I can't believe it's already October, but we're going to talk all about September's biggest social media updates. Spoiler, and this is a good thing, there wasn't anything too crazy. And I don't know whether to be happy there hasn't been any crazy updates or to be scared that something really scary is coming, but let's hope everyone's just not releasing anything because they don't want to. So maybe that's it. But thank you for coming today. And as usual, let me know in the chat where you're joining from. Oh, and happy Mean Girls Day to everyone that celebrates. Whenever I see October 3rd, the scene just plays in my head over and over. But let me know if you're a Mean Girls fan in the chat as well. All right. So I can get into it here. Oh, Edmonton, Washington, Birmingham, Calgary, love it. And I just want to shout out the rest of the HeyOrca marketing team. They're in Halifax right now at Social East. So I'm assuming no one from Social East is in this webinar right now because you are busy listening to all the talks there, but just had to give them a shout out. But yeah, we'll get right into it. Oh, Cassandra, love it. I love these webinars. They are so fetch. Love that. All right, so if this is your very first webinar with us, you may be wondering who we even are. So we are HeyOrca, and we're a social media scheduler for teams and agencies. So we can assist with all of your scheduling needs. And a really fun perk is that we have unlimited users. So if you've never heard of us, now you know who we are. And thank you so much for coming to our webinar today. And we'll do a quick round of intros. So my name is Alyssa, and I'm a community manager here at HeyOrca. So I work on our webinars, our newsletter, Facebook group, all that kind of stuff. And I'll pass it over to my co-host, Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan. This is my second webinar I'm doing with HeyOrca. I'm the paid ad specialist at HeyOrca, so usually I don't do too much of the social media things. However, today I am here with all of you. So excited to do this.
Thank you for joining us. We love just having different people on the webinar all the time. It's always so fun. So everyone, welcome Jonathan to his second webinar. And also, if this is your first webinar, you probably don't know that we love giveaways. So we have two different giveaways that you can participate in. So the first way you can win is you're actually able to win a $25 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do is head to our LinkedIn. I'll paste the link here in the chat. We have a poll currently on the question that you see on the screen here. So what social media platform is your brand focusing in on Q4? So is there a platform that you're participating more in over others? So head over to that poll, vote, and we will be randomly selecting a winner from that poll tomorrow at noon, and you'll win an Amazon gift card. If you want to double your chances of winning, we now have a second way where you can win an Amazon gift card. So this one, you actually have a little bit more time. So after this webinar, if you want to enter in this one, all you have to do is head to LinkedIn, let us know what you learned in this webinar, tag HeyOrca, and you'll have a chance to win another Amazon gift card. So you have until Tuesday at noon for that one, because I know for me, it takes me a while to actually write a LinkedIn post. I feel like I reread it 1,000 times before I actually post it. So if you're like me, having till Tuesday is definitely a big help. And the topic of this webinar is really easy for this one because this is just a little hack. You could screenshot the slide of a social media update that maybe you find really interesting, and you can just make that your post. So very easy for this one, but 2 different ways to win. So definitely check that out. And I want to shout out Josephine. Josephine was our winner from last week. Last week, Joe and Christina talked all about community-led content. So Josephine went to LinkedIn and let everyone know what she learned, and she won a $25 gift card. So congratulations, Josephine. And maybe you're here right now, I'm not sure, but congratulations. And before we get into it, I will mention we do have a webinar next week, and it's all about TikTok hooks. So if you're, and you can actually relate this to Reels as well, but anyone who's making video content knows how important it is to really grab your audience's attention in the first few seconds. And you can do that with visual or verbal hooks. So we're going to be going over a bunch of different hooks that you can use next week in your videos. So if you want to attend that webinar, I just put the link in the chat there. All right, so now we're gonna get into the good stuff here. All right, I think I saw a question up here from Diane. Do you guys have a listening tool? So we don't at the moment, but that is something our team is looking into. So stay tuned for that. All right, so in today's roundup, I am going to tell you a few HeyOrca updates that came out in the past month, and then we're going to go over trending audio, which is always fun. And then we have updates from Instagram, Threads, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then some industry news. So essentially every platform we have news for. So we will dive right in. So if you're a HeyOrca customer, you've probably seen this already, but we recently just made a really exciting update in our mobile app. So now you can edit and approve content within our mobile app, which is very exciting. So if you're on the go, maybe you're at a video shoot or you're commuting somewhere, you can now make those edits from your phone. In our reports, we now have Reels Insights. And then some other ones that came out in the past few months are you can now drag and drop media into posts, which is such a little thing, but it saves so much time and just makes things so much smoother. So love that. You can also publish LinkedIn PDFs now, which is great. And then if you have explored YouTube Shorts, you can now publish that through HeyOrca as well. And we also recently had a UI reskin. So a lot of exciting things happening. So check out all of those. And let me know in the chat if anyone has used the mobile app to edit something. Let me know how it went. All right, so we're gonna get into trending audio. So we grab trending audio every Friday and we update it into our blog. So I am gonna put this blog post in the chat here. So if you wanna bookmark that blog post, you can just see all the trending audio as it's being put in every week. But for this one, I like to grab a few of my favorites to show you, and you can let me know if you've been seeing them around. So let me get some videos up here. So this is the first one. Let me know if you have seen this around.
What's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. And what do you do for a living?
Nothing, I'm lazy at the moment.
Do you ever sing professionally?
Yeah, of course, I've been singing all my life, all around the towns and everything.
Okay. Do you think that you're capable of winning this contest?
That one has been literally everywhere, and I'm seeing it so much right now. I feel like this kind of got popular near the end of September, but this one is everywhere. Let me know if you've seen this one, and also let me know if you've used it. If you have, send it in the chat. We would love to see it. Now here is another one. I've seen it everywhere. Yeah, it is all over the place right now. All right, here is another.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now.
So once the debate happened, there was a bunch of trending audio from that. So this one was trending, and I'm still seeing this one a lot as well. And I think this one is very easy to kind of apply to many different things, industry specific. So easy one to implement. And we'll head to this next one here.
Is it easy? No. Do I like it? No, I don't. But do I do it? Yeah, I do.
A classic Office trending audio. I feel like a line from The Office is trending like once a week. It's crazy. I just feel like I'm always hearing Office trending audio, even though it hasn't been really on for so long, but it's like it lives on for all of us. So love that. And then here is one more.
He is a liar, as you say?
Well, absolutely.
Why did you work for him?
Savannah, slow down.
That's another one that I've seen everywhere, and I'm still seeing a lot right now. So another thing I'll mention with trending audio, if you're seeing something trending and you can't hop on it immediately, don't worry. I feel like sometimes we feel like we have to hop on things so fast, which is great if you can, but if you have to do it a week or so or even later, that's okay. It will still be trendy. It's all good. Because I know there can be pressure to do things like immediately when something is trending. So don't worry if you can't hop on it right away. All right, so I will re-share here. And I'm going to pass it over to Jonathan, who's going to go through some Instagram updates.
Okay, so Instagram, they created a signature sound for Reels, which is kind of interesting because it means that if you download a Reel, there will be a sound added to the end of the video, which is like, why did you do that?
I know. I know. I thought that too when I saw this, because I think this came out last week, maybe. But and if you go to the design Instagram account, you can hear the sound. It's a very short sound, and it's interesting that they're adding this to the end of a reel when you download it, because people are just going to edit it out after. So yeah, this was a very interesting move on their
Yeah, it's kind of like if you edited a video on CapCut and they give you that little the branding at the end, you just cut it out anyway.
That's so true. It just, it disappears because everyone takes it out. So interesting move. So we'll see what happens there.
Mm-hmm. Next, Instagram's adding more engagement tools within DMs because they're obviously pushing DMs and it's obviously popular on Instagram. They're just adding more to our experience. So they're adding a drawing tool and stickers that you can share for your images over DM.
Love that. Yeah, I think DMs, I'm seeing so much focus on DMs on Instagram, but then also TikTok is starting to. And so I'm feeling like next year there's going to be a big focus on DMs because it seems like that's where a lot of collaboration is happening. But I see Alex says IG wants to be TikTok so bad. Totally agree. Totally agree with that. I hate that CapCut puts that thing at the end. Yeah, I don't know why. And I understand, actually, I do get why they put it there. They're just hoping you leave it in, but I've never seen someone leave it in.
No. And Instagram's also adding broadcast channel replies. Does anyone actually use broadcast channel here?
Yes, let us know in the chat. Are you a part of any, or maybe you run a broadcast channel? Let us know. But I used to be a part of a few when it first came out, but I ended up leaving them just because I found they were constantly sending things. So then I left. And then with this update where you can actually reply if they turn it on, I feel like that would be chaos. With everyone responding in a broadcast channel, I can just see that being crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm a part of only one. I've tried a few, but they're so obnoxious. I feel like we're all on the same page where like I can understand where they like the thinking around it, where you have your little community here, maybe your top viewers. And I think you could go about it in a way that maybe you're not sending things constantly. You're just maybe sending things when there's a big update. But the ones that I was a part of were sending things all the time. So I quickly left those. All right, so we'll head into Threads. So Threads has just been adding things left and right. I feel like they're just always adding new things. But we do have a trivia question first. So who is the most followed person on Threads? Let me know what you think in the chat. I'll give you a minute. But yeah, who do you think is the most followed person on Threads? This one kind of surprised me. I guess I'll give you that as a hint. So let us know what you think. Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, good guess. Elon, Bill Gates, Mosseri. See, you would think it was Adam Mosseri. That's what I thought it was going to be. But the answer is Neymar with 19 million. I actually think he's at 20 million now when I looked. Oh, Martin, you saw it there. So yeah, number one most followed person. I think the second most followed was Selena Gomez. So I saw someone say Selena Gomez. A couple people did. So she is second. So I'll give you points, half points for that. But yes, that is the answer. And then for Threads, very similar to Instagram, but now on Threads, you can add up to 20 videos or photos to your Threads posts. So if you have a bunch of photos you want to share, you can now put them all on Threads. And Instagram recently did this with their carousel posts, upped it to 20. So the update just carried over to Threads. Michael says, how? He hasn't played for like a year. Honestly, I didn't even really know who it was because I don't pay attention to sports. So I had to look it up and figure it out. So yes, I know nothing. And this is a little update. So if you've ever gone on Threads on desktop, you'll notice that it will say threads.net. So Meta has now acquired threads.com. So there was always a little bit of confusion around it, having it be threads.net. People just automatically were writing threads.com. So now you can write threads.com. They have now acquired it. And then you may have seen this, but Katie, who is a Business Insider reporter, recently conducted a little experiment on Threads where she posted a range of controversial questions to spark engagement. She pretty much was trying to see how the algorithm was ranking certain things, because with Threads, we don't know a whole lot about the algorithm. We know a little bit, but not a whole lot. Not like Instagram has like full blog posts on how, their algorithm works, but Threads hasn't really dove deep into it or anything yet. So as predicted, when she would ask questions and she'd get a bunch of comments, those posts ranked higher on other people's feeds. So I kind of thought that would happen because usually when something's getting a lot of comments, it usually becomes higher on the feed. But yeah, so now it's confirmed that that is how it works. And then another update for Threads on desktop, which is interesting. Like if anyone uses Threads here, let me know if you use it on desktop, because I've seen a few updates for the desktop version, which I thought was interesting because I feel like most people are probably scrolling Threads on their phone. So let me know in the chat, do you go on Threads on desktop? But a new update for that is that you can now rearrange columns on desktop. So if there's certain topics you're following, you can now, arrange it how you want to look at it. So kind of a cool update here. I see a lot of people saying 20 pictures is way too much. I agree with this. I think like if for a personal account, I think 20 pictures, cool. If maybe you went on a trip, you can fill that 20. But for brands, I feel like 20 is a lot to put in a carousel post unless you're telling a super intriguing story through all 20 of those posts. I think it could be really hard to actually use 20. So yeah, I agree. I do think it is too much. None of my clients use Threads and I don't use it personally. I also don't use it personally. When Threads came out, I was like, I cannot have another social platform. So I am not using it. All right. Now I'm going to pass it over to Jonathan for some X updates.
Okay, this is an interesting one. X is removing account blocking options. So they will be removing the block button, which means that if an account is public, their posts will still be visible to the blocked users. It's like, what's the
This
point of blocking?
Exactly. I really don't understand this. Especially say someone was maybe creeping you out or scaring you and you block them, they can still see all of your content. So it's kind of weird. I don't really get it. Yes, they can't, contact you, but they can still see all of your stuff. So it kind of defeats the purpose of blocking.
Yeah, basically.
I don't get it. So we'll see how long this lasts. Hopefully this doesn't last very long.
Next feature, X is looking to decouple its DM features. So it means that if you've never posted anything on X before, you can use the DM feature to communicate with your friends.
Very like Facebook Messenger vibes, like how it's kind of separate, two separate things. It's interesting how they want to make it that, because I feel like with X, I've never really used the DM feature, hardly ever. So it's interesting that they're trying to make that its own thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that with every X update. I'm like, we'll see.
Next, you can also edit your DMs on X now, but unfortunately, this update's only for iOS users. So if you're on Android, you can't do it yet. But now at least you can edit your DM if you have a typo or send something you shouldn't have sent.
Yep, we love that. And then a question that someone on our team had when we went over all of this was, I wonder if it shows you that the person edited it. Because I think on Instagram, it may say edited. I know on Facebook it does, but I'm trying to remember Instagram. But I'm not exactly sure if it actually says under the message edited after, but I guess we'll see.
Next, we have TikTok updates.
All right. And before we have the updates, we of course have a trivia question. So, what percentage of people watching a TikTok video actually press the like button? I'd love to know what you think. So, what percentage of people, while they're watching a video, actually press the like button? 30%, 85%, 1, 10, 17. Okay. A few of you did get it. It is 5%, which is so sad. When you think about it, only 5% of people watching the video will actually like it. I wonder what the percentage is for commenting. I feel like it's probably even lower than that. But yeah, only 5%. But I will pass it over to Jonathan.
So TikTok is expanding subscriptions. So at the US Creator Summit, TikTok announced that it will be expanding the subscription feature to non-live users.
Very cool. So if you want to start having subscriptions, maybe for your brand or something, more people have access to this now. So that's cool.
And then TikTok announced this week that the streaming app TikTok Music will be shut down due to operational challenges and limited user interest.
I honestly didn't even really know TikTok Music was an app.
I thought it was just part of the app.
That's what I thought. When I heard when I heard articles say TikTok Music, I just assumed that was the music within TikTok. So I'm confused by it all, but I guess it kind of makes sense that it's no longer.
This is a good one though, after a couple head scratchers. So TikTok is currently testing an option that will allow users to restart a video project in-app by removing all the edits that you made and allowing you to start over again.
Love this. I'm sure many people have, been editing a whole video and then something messed up and you want to start over, but you don't want to go through the entire whole process again. This is very cool that you can just get rid of the edits and just start fresh. This is very good. I feel like more apps need to have this, like Instagram. Maybe Instagram does. I don't think they do. But I mean, if TikTok has this now, Instagram will have it later.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves it in the chat. Love it.
And they're also launching a new feature called Thoughts. So this looks and sounds like another feature we know on another app. But you're able to post thoughts that will show up for your friends over your display image.
Yeah, this is interesting. So now TikTok is copying Instagram. It's just like a back and forth between the two. And I wonder why TikTok chose to do this one, because I don't think that many people use notes in Instagram. So it's interesting that TikTok grabbed that one and copied it. Let's see. So they copied this from Instagram. Yep. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't really see anyone using it. Kind of same with Instagram. I feel like I don't see many people using it, but it's funny how they called it thoughts. It's like, what's a way we can name it without saying notes? So we'll see if this takes off. All right, so now we are into LinkedIn. So if you were someone who had a top voice badge, I have some bad news for you. So this was released last week, but beginning on October 8th, LinkedIn will be removing the gold community top voice badge that some users have earned from contributing to collaborative articles. So pretty much the gist of what LinkedIn said is that with collaborative articles, so many people are contributing to them all the time that so many people are now getting badges. So now it's just like everyone has a badge and it's kind of not as special anymore, I guess you could say, because so many people are doing it. So if you do have a badge on your profile, it will expire in 60 days. So you'll still have it for a little bit if you have one right now, but they are starting October 8th. If you contribute to those articles, you can't get a badge from it anymore. And LinkedIn adds AI training opt-out. So if you're an avid LinkedIn user, you probably noticed there's many different AI features within the platform. So LinkedIn has updated its user agreement and privacy policy to reflect all of this. And then if you're not comfortable with your data powering AI, you actually can turn this off within LinkedIn. So if you're not okay with that, you can now turn it off. And we have a few YouTube updates, but of course, we have to have our trivia question first. So what generation spends the most time on YouTube? Let me know what you think in the chat. Which generation? Gen Z, Boomer, Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z. Okay. All right. A lot of you got it right. It is Gen Z. And this number is based on US users, but it was 82% of users were Gen Z. And for some reason, this shocked me because I feel like as a millennial, I feel like we were on YouTube all the time. And I still go on YouTube a lot. So I thought it was going to be millennials, but it is not. Gen Z is number one. Millennials are close second, but they are on it more. So very interesting. I, for some reason, thought, yeah, it was going to be millennials. I don't know. So very interesting. Okay, so the first update from YouTube is that YouTube will now allow creators to edit out rule-breaking content. So if you are uploading a video to YouTube and it's getting flagged for age-restricted content, or maybe it's getting flagged by the community guidelines, you're now able to edit out the part that's flagged. So then you don't need to start from the beginning anymore. So if there is a part that is being flagged, you can just quickly edit that out and continue uploading. And then you may have seen this if you're on YouTube a lot, but YouTube is expanding access to its own AI assistant. It's very small in the image here, but when you're watching a video, underneath the title and where it says subscribe, there'll be a little title called Ask. So if you select that, you can ask the AI chatbot questions about the video you're watching. So if you have any questions about it, you can ask AI and they can help you out. So it was being tested for a while on a small group, and now they're expanding access to it. So you may see it on your account. And at the Made on YouTube event, YouTube actually revealed several updates that are coming. So some of these exciting ones are AI-generated advice for creators through YouTube Studio. Another big one is channel communities. So you can kind of see it in a screenshot here. So if you want to create a community on your channel, you can now do that. And then there's also going to be an area called Hype, which will showcase emerging creators. And there was a lot more things announced as well. So yes, definitely check this out. And then we just have a few other headlines here. So if you're a Pinterest user, Pinterest now has a new remix filter. So the platform will now let you build upon other collages and boards that you already have with this feature. So if you are out of ideas, you can use this remix feature to help you out. And then Google Photos is getting a redesigned video editor. So this has more AI-powered presets, trimming tools, and more controls over speed. And then for Snapchat, let me know in the chat if you are a Snapchat person. I always see updates that Snapchat is bringing in so much money from their subscriptions. I think it's like the top social media platform for subscriptions. So I feel like they are just on fire. But at the 2024 Partner Summit, Snapchat announced that users will soon be able to create short video clips based on text prompts. So that's cool. And then this is where I got my trivia question from, but a new study shows the top social media apps for Gen Z, and YouTube was #1 for them. So that is still surprising to me, and I don't know why, but I just feel like it's surprising. But that is all of the updates. But if you want to read more about updates, not just from September, but from the months past, I am gonna copy and paste a few blog posts in the chat here. So this one I just sent, that's for Instagram. We also have another one for TikTok, so I'll put that in there. We have one for LinkedIn, and then for YouTube. So if you want to dive deeper into any more updates, these are all the updates from the past year. So you can take a look at it there. It's updated every month. So that way you don't have to go searching for your social updates. You can just go to the blog post. But that is everything. So thank you everyone for coming today and sharing all your thoughts with us. Since you registered for this webinar, you will get a recording with all of these links as well. So if you miss it in the chat, it will be in the recording. But yeah, that is everything. Sorry, I had to cough. But that is everything. Surprised, no mention of Meta's Project Orion. What do you guys think of this and the use of AR and mixed reality in social media? Good question. To be honest, I myself don't know too much about all of that. So yes, I definitely need to learn more about it. But yes, that is everything. So we can let you go a little early, and I hope to see you next week when we chat all about TikTok hooks. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.